What's happening, fellow cartoonist? Welcome to another cartooning courses with me, Nate Fakes. I'm so happy you're here today. It's going to be an awesome video today. Well, what videos aren't awesome, right? I mean, come on. I got that catchy music in the introduction. I have the visuals and then all the build up to just me. But, hey, come on. I try to make these as thrilling as possible, so hopefully they are. That being said, one thing I'm struggling with now, and it's a struggle, but I'm handling it, and I thought I'd share with you, kind of what's going through with me right now. With time, how do you find time for cartooning? Because most of you, you're probably working a job. You probably have a family. You may have kids. You may have this and that and everything else, and by the time you add it all up, how the hell do you work on cartooning? Let alone try to get to a professional level, when you have all this work you have to do to pay the bills. And we all have lives. I get it 100%. I always talk about the numerous day jobs I've had throughout my life to become a full-time cartoonist. And it is, the struggle is real, finding time to do this, that, or whatever. So I'm going to share with you what I do to find the time. And what's cool, I think, about my process with this is I tweak it. I like systems for things. I'm a routine type of person in a lot of ways, but also I switch things up. So for example, right now I have a lot going on. I am working on numerous things. I'm working on some New Yorker cartoons that I'm pitching. I'm excited about that because it's like a new thing for me. I've never been published in the New Yorker yet, but I'm working on these cartoons for them and see what happens with that. I love the look, and I'll be showing you guys this stuff soon. I'm working on that. I mentioned a book. I'm working on a book. In fact, today I heard from a literary agent. I'm excited about that. I'm extremely excited about that. On top of that, there's some client projects that may be coming in, and then on top of that, my full-time gig with Red Bull, doing cartoons, storyboards, and writing for the Red Bull cartoons. At an agency here in LA. So I do that numerous hours a day, basically 9 to 6. I'm kind of there. So lots going on with everything. And then I have my family, and I try to make it to the gym on occasion. I'm not great at that. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not perfect at it, but I do try to keep a workout routine in. And everything. So how do you find the time? You only have so many hours a day, and you don't want to work all the time, and you got to have a life. Here's what I do. When I have a lot going on, my sweet spot is in the mornings. This will be different for some of you. Maybe it's going to be the evenings. I find though that if I work in the morning, I get a lot done if I just commit to getting up early and doing it. And, we all know how comfy that bed is, especially on cold days. You just don't want to get out. You don't feel like it. What I do, I just put on the coffee and go. A few things that help me, too. I try to, first thing in the morning, and this people think it's cheesy, but I swear it works. I meditate for 5 minutes first thing in the morning, and that just puts my mind in a good spot. After that, I get on the coffee, and I write down my entire schedule in a book like this. Everything is written down. This is kind of a fancier version of stuff, but it's just got everything's in here. Day by day, I have a day planner. I like to write it down. I think that works better than putting things in your phone. When you can just write it down on a piece of paper, stick to a schedule. I have timeline set up, and when the time hits to stop, I stop, and I put my phone away. I don't have distractions. I try to limit myself to any interruptions. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so sometimes it's tough, and things do get interrupted sometimes, and I have to go off course a little bit, but that's okay, as long as you kind of have a game plan, and that's why I like my mornings. So when I have a lot going on, I will set the damn alarm clock a little bit earlier. I know it's tough. I know it ain't easy. Right now, I get up at 5 a.m. and I start. I may be switching that up to 4 a.m. before too long because I have, again, a lot going on, and I don't know how else I'm going to find the time. So that's a full day. And I will say I get stuff done, though. I get it done. The workflow that I have right now, at some point, I'm trying to limit a lot, and I'm going to get rid of a lot. But currently, I enjoy the stuff I'm working on. I'm getting to that point, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It takes a lot of work to be a cartoonist, a lot. And then to sustain it is, you can hit the point of being a cartoonist, but to sustain it takes a lot of work too. And, most creatives like me and you, we want to just go above and beyond that too. You get to a point where you're just like, okay, I've been there, done that. Now I want to go a step up. And that's where I'm at now too with a lot of things. A big thing is actually these courses right here that you're watching. I'm taking these to the next level in a big way. And that's part of the book actually I'm working on. And on top of that, I have some new course coming out soon. And this is a big chunk of my time. Like I'm really working on these too. I want to devote a lot more time to this. In fact, so it's all that, the actual technicalities of what I'm doing, it's all coming together, but I don't have all that figured out, but it's coming together. I'm working on it. I have time set up to do it. So I call this my time management. I adjust the alarm accordingly. If I have a lot to do, I get it done early in the morning, and then it's done. I got the rest of the day to work and do whatever else I need to do on stuff that needs to be done. Like I got to work on, right now, again, I'm working out with Red Bull, and I'm doing cartoons for them, and that's something that needs to be done in the afternoons, and there's kind of a set time for all that. So I'm sure you have a job, and maybe, again, this will be different for everybody. Maybe it's going to be the evenings, or maybe it's the afternoons. But set up more time for yourself, and that doesn't mean even lack of sleep. Call it boring, but you know what? I'll actually go to bed like at 9 o'clock, 9:30 some evenings, and then get up, and I'm refreshed. I believe I'm one of those, I need my sleep. I do. I really do. If I don't sleep good, I sound like a cranky old man. I get upset and irritable, and I gotta have my sleep. So I do that. I will go to bed early, and there's no, what am I missing? A show on TV? I'll usually read a book and go to bed early. And I know it sounds boring, and trust me, when I was in my 20s, it was not the case. I'd stay out all night with friends and then get like 2 hours of sleep, and it was a very unproductive time in my life, but at my age now, that's what I do. And I get stuff done. So I don't like to hear excuses from people with cartooning. Like, it takes a lot of work, guys. It takes a ton of work. And if you're young and you want to go have fun, I did that. Go have fun, and you may be not hitting your goals as soon as you want, but I'm not saying that's wrong either. Just keep that in mind, though. You can always find the time. I mean, just adjust your schedule. That's all it boils down to. It's not rocket science or anything. Just adjust the schedule. Maybe get to bed earlier, wake up earlier. That's what I do. From 4 and 8, again, maybe I get up at 5 now, but it's probably switching up to 4 maybe next week or sometime. We're going to see. There's a project that's on the line that I'm not sure if I'm taking on or not. If I do, then it's going to be 4. If it's not, then I'll sleep in the extra hour. I find, though, that I'll get tired. If I get tired, it's not because of lack of sleep typically. Like if I sleep for, get up early, if the afternoon hits, it's not going to make a big difference as if I slept until 7 in the morning, which some weekends I do. I'll take a break. I try to do that too. I work hard and I try to play hard too. Like weekends, I switch it up and I try not to do as much. Especially Sundays. Sundays are days I just lounge, go to the beach, do something else. Typically not work. So you have to have time for yourself. You have to, just because you're working hard doesn't mean your life is over and there's no free time with your friends or family or anything. I have quite the opposite. I spend evenings with my family when I get home for several hours, and then I will, crash out and go to bed. And I see them on weekends, and I see them in the morning a little bit too, and so it works out really well. And anyways, so my little time management, that's kind of what I do. When I need more time, I make it. It's very simple, and there's really no excuse. There's not. I mean, I don't think any one of you is working at a day job like, where you have to get up at 5 and you're there until like 9 p.m., 5 days a week. If you are, all the power to you. I've worked two jobs before in my life, and I've actually had that. It's not easy, and you may have to just spend less time on cartooning, maybe just a little bit on the weekends, and then take time for yourself or something like that. Don't stress yourself out. You know what I mean? But work hard. Try to find that happy medium to where you have a life, but you're working hard. You're doing what you want to do, and a lot of times when you hit that point where you're doing what you want to do, you're good. You have more free time, which is actually where I'm headed That's why I'm working so hard right now. I'm working on getting to that point where I actually do have more free time. And so I suck it up, and I'm working hard on some other projects right now. And it's cartooning. It's all cartoon related, so I enjoy it. I kind of enjoy keeping the pace, but I like keeping busy, and so it works for me. But you may be different. Maybe there's this little small projects you want to accomplish, and you just need like an extra half hour a day. So set that alarm a half hour early and get it done. Easy as that. That's all I have for you today. Just a quick that's it. I hope you got a little takeaway. It's pretty easy, but it's true. That alarm clock, man, it can do wonders. Just that extra hour, extra half hour of just working. Put your cell phone in a different room if you have to. Don't look at it. Just put it away. Get your stuff done. No excuses. Bam. End of story. So yeah, hey, leave a comment. I'd like to hear what your routine is if you have one. What you think of that. A lot of people say, I can't wake up in the morning. Well, you can. I promise you can. You just got to do it. It's not easy, but you can do it. But yeah, no, leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you think. What do you think of my idea of just setting that alarm, or what you do to find time? Maybe it's during your lunch break. Maybe it's something like that. Leave a comment, and that's really it, guys. If you haven't taken my free course yet, I say it every time. Take it. It's totally free. And there's a lot more on the horizon that I'm extremely excited about. And there's more about that coming soon. In the meantime, I think that's it. I'm going to cue that cheesy music that I have for these videos. I don't have a house band yet. I'm working on that. I'd like to have like a in-house band to play me off, after all these. I think that'd be a lot cooler than just the tune I have. But you know what? My production company they're not shelling out the cash for it. It's probably because I don't have a production company for it. But anyway, hey, maybe one day. All right, guys. Talk to you later.